When you think of giant airplanes ruling the skies, one name immediately comes to mind: Airbus. But this European giant didn't start out on top. It began as a bold dream, a challenge to America's aviation dominance. Today, we'll uncover the fascinating journey of Airbus, how it went from an underdog to a global powerhouse competing head-to-head with Boeing. The story of Airbus begins in the late 1960s. At that time, the world of commercial aviation was almost completely owned by American manufacturers. Boeing had the 707 and 747 McDonnell. Douglas had the DC-8 and DC-10. Lockheed had the L-1011 TriStar. Together, they supplied nearly every major airline in the world. Europe, still recovering from the effects of World War II, was far behind in aviation technology and production scale. If Europe wanted to compete, something dramatic had to happen. In 1970, France and West Germany decided to join forces and create a new kind of company Airbus industry. Soon after, Spain and the UK joined the project. The name Airbus itself was symbolic. It wasn't meant to sound like a traditional company name, but instead something international, simple, and easy to pronounce across languages. It was a statement. Europe was ready to compete. Their first challenge was the A300, launched in 1972. It was the world's first twin-engine widebody jet. At a time when people believed you needed 3 or 4 engines to safely cross oceans, this was revolutionary. The A300 promised fuel savings and efficiency ideas that seemed risky, but would later define modern aviation. In the beginning, Airbus struggled. Airlines didn't trust a brand-new European manufacturer. Orders were few, and many experts predicted Airbus wouldn't last. But in 1977, something unexpected happened. Eastern Airlines in the United States agreed to test the A300. To everyone's surprise, the aircraft performed brilliantly. It saved fuel, carried passengers efficiently, and proved that Airbus wasn't just another experiment. That breakthrough opened doors to the American market, and from there, Airbus began gaining confidence. By the 1980s, Airbus was no longer a small challenger. It was a serious competitor. In 1988, it introduced the A320. This aircraft was a game-changer. It was the first commercial jet to use a full fly-by-wire system, meaning the plane was controlled by computers instead of direct mechanical linkages. This made flying safer, smoother, and more efficient. Pilots initially resisted the idea, but once the advantages were clear, airlines lined up to buy it. The A320 family went on to become one of the most successful aircraft lines in aviation history, with thousands sold worldwide.
Ow!
But Airbus wasn't just about technology, it was also about ambition. In the early 2000s, Airbus decided to take on Boeing's legendary 747, the Queen of the Skies. The result was the Airbus A380, the largest passenger aircraft the world had ever seen. With 2 full decks and seating for more than 850 passengers in an all-economy configuration, the A380 was a true engineering marvel. Passengers loved its spaciousness and quietness. It was like flying in a luxury hotel. However, the A380 faced challenges. The aviation industry was changing. Airlines preferred smaller, fuel-efficient aircraft that could fly directly between cities, instead of giant planes that required massive hub airports. Operating costs for the A380 were high, and only a few airlines could make it profitable. By 2019, Airbus made the difficult decision to end A380 production. The superjumbo dream was over, but its legacy lived on as a symbol of Airbus's courage to innovate. Meanwhile, Airbus turned its focus to efficiency. In 2015, it introduced the A350 XWB. This aircraft was designed to compete with Boeing. It's a 787 Dreamliner and 777, made of lightweight composite materials, powered by next-generation engines, and filled with modern cabin comforts. The A350 became the new star of long-haul aviation. It offered airlines lower costs and passengers greater comfort on ultra-long flights. At the same time, the A320 family evolved into the A320neo series. With neo standing for new engine option, the A320neo became a bestseller thanks to its improved fuel efficiency and lower emissions. Today it dominates the skies of Europe, Asia, and beyond, serving as the backbone of many airlines' fleets. Airbus didn't just build planes, it built a reputation. From being doubted as a small European project, it grew into a giant that stands shoulder to shoulder with Boeing. Their rivalry has shaped the modern aviation industry. Every new Airbus jet forces Boeing to innovate, and every new Boeing forces Airbus to respond. It's a battle that keeps pushing aviation technology forward. But Airbus isn't stopping here. Looking into the future, it has set its sights on sustainability. Projects like the Airbus ZEROe aim to build the world's first hydrogen-powered commercial aircraft by 2035. Imagine boarding a plane that produces zero carbon, missions that the future Airbus is chasing. From the first A300 that nobody believed in, to the groundbreaking A320, the majestic A380, and the futuristic A350, Airbus has proven that ambition and innovation can change the world. What started as a European dream is now a global reality. Airbus has truly earned its place as a titan of the skies. So next time you see an Airbus jet soaring above, remember it represents not just an aircraft, but a story of vision, determination, and transformation. Airbus didn't just build planes, they built a legacy. A legacy that continues to dominate the skies. If you enjoyed this aviation journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more stories of the skies, and share your thoughts in the comments. Which Airbus aircraft is your favorite? The pioneering A300, the revolutionary A320, the majestic A380, or the sleek A350? Let me know. Till next time, keep your eyes on the skies.